Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. That was a little glitch right there. Pushed the wrong button. Welcome to, I guess, pretty much my first live stream, like during the middle of the day. It's not on a weekend. Obviously, some of you guys might already know, but I stopped working last Thursday in preparation of the military training that I got coming up this month. And so I figured in the meantime, while I get ready, get all my, my gear ready, cleaned up and accounted for, I start doing some streams as well, get some videos ready so they release when I'm in my training, because I'm gonna be at the top of the Mauna Kea, Mauna Loa ridge, and there's not gonna be much of an internet signal there, so I might not be able to stream. I might not be able to even watch YouTube. So hey Kai, welcome, welcome, welcome. And so this is an idea that I had a while ago. Hey, it's me, friends. Hey, how's it going, friend zone? Did you change your name? So this video idea was from way back. I realized that I've been getting in like Twitter fights with people, and they keep claiming got promised this, they got promised that from Stadia, and I keep telling them that no, they never promised that, or they put up, pictures with all the game developers in the background, and I'm like, well, all of those games are in the Stadia store now, so. But I realized that I've never watched the full Stadia GDC 2019 whatever a video. I even just realized that I've only been watching like highlights here and there, which obviously is not the best if I want to feel like I know what I'm talking about. I even realized that that was the first video in the Stadia YouTube channel. I didn't even realize that. I was looking for it, and I was like, oh, where could I went to Google and all that. It's the very, very first video that got launched on the Stadia YouTube channel, which is pretty cool. Made it easier for me to find. But yeah, so I wanted to react to the video. I wanted to see. It's been 3 years. And I wanted to kind of see what people are talking about, that they got promised this, they got promised that, whatever it was. And just because I've never watched it, and so I wanted to watch it. And for just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, I started playing Google Stadia in April 2020. This video is from March 2019 in preparation of launch, which was in November 2019. So I didn't know any of this was happening. It's even when I started playing Stadia, it was pretty much because it was free, and my computer couldn't handle games that I was trying to play. My phone was junk, and it couldn't handle much of the games, including like the mobile games that you install and everything. They just couldn't handle it. So Stadia was perfect. So just know that I'm going into this with about 2.5 years of loving Stadia. There's things about Stadia that frustrate me, especially being here in Hawaii and it's not being supported here, having to deal with really large pings. But the main of it is that I'm a Stadia fan, so obviously there's bias there. So just be ready for that. But I am going to be specifically looking for any type of promises that they made. Like we promised that you're going to have this, this, and that. And we promised that this and this is going to happen. Things like that. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Because they already sold me on the idea. It's an outstanding technology concept. Every single console maker and graphics, not I guess not all the graphic card makers, but anybody that has any kind of um, cloud presence or console presence is working on this. You know what I mean? So there's a bunch of them. So I'm working on a history of cloud gaming video, something like that. Man, I look rough. And there's a bunch of them. The current ones right now, obviously GFN, you got Stadia, Amazon Luna, Xbox Cloud Gaming, PlayStation Plus, which has cloud games. You have Boosteroid, you have Utomic, which I've never even heard of until recently. There's Shadow PC. So there's a bunch of them. So it's not like a new concept. It's just that the technology is so early that that people are still kind of like, you know, it's like people back in the day when DVDs came out, or when DVDs came out, and they were like, "Oh, DVDs are gonna last, tapes all the way," and then and then MP3s came out, and it's like, "No, CDs is the way to be." You know, it's kind of like one of those things. We're right in the middle of that. Hey, how's it going, Winstar? Thanks for stopping by, man. And so that's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm just gonna rant pretty much. I'm gonna stop the video whenever I feel there's a point that needs to be made. I'm just gonna keep it rolling. If I don't have anything to say, any input that I might have, this is legit, without any hype. The first time that I watched this video in its entirety. I've only watched clips here and there. By the way, I'm also fasting, so I might be getting hungry in the middle of it. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to switch screens. And I kind of want to put up a chat. Should I do it this way? Maybe I should do it this way right here. And then just kind of ignore the top. Yeah, I should make it. I should make like a general thing. But we're going to do it like this. So that way we can kind of see. Oh, how come you guys chat's not popping up on here? Is there a way to refresh it? All right. You know what? I'll keep it right here. I'll keep it here, and then I'll add chat. Let's see. Hold on. Give me a quick second. I actually didn't think about people might be commenting on it, and then if I play it back or if I make a short video of it, then it might be important to have you guys words on the screen. So we're gonna go ahead and control copy this, move over to here, control paste, and yeah, that should work. That should work right there. And hopefully it doesn't get in the way or anything. All right, so you guys ready? How long is the GDC event? It's so this is an old one, Windstar. This is the 2019. It's an hour long. It's an hour long, and if it gets too crazy, like if I'm still talking 3 hours from now, then most likely, in fact, I should start recording it. Most likely, I'm going to make a clips here and there, something like that. You know what I mean? So it's all in the name of content and, you know, getting informed. I don't want to feel ignorant when somebody's saying, "Oh, remember when they promised us this?" And I, you know, obviously trying to defend Stadia. I don't have anything to back it up with. Is that a Stadia poster in the back? Yeah. By the way, I'm in California. Oh, nice, Cali. Nice. So you're not too far away from my time period now. You like my clips? Oh, thank you. I got a bunch of them coming up too, so you might get tired of them. Nice, Kai. I stay in California as well. Yeah. So Kai is originally a Cali girl, heart to heart, but I think she's in Atlanta now. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna keep it real casual. We're gonna keep it kind of, you know, friendly. I'm not here to attack anybody that has previously made statements about, you know, what they got promised and what didn't. But the point for this is really for me to react to this video and learn from it. Here we go. Okay, so this is the very, very first video that got dropped on the Stadia YouTube channel. Yeah. All right. Nice start. Let me see if this is like if it's gonna take too long. I'm gonna skip forward just a little bit whenever I feel like. I think this is like the beginning of the stream. So, oh, that's a cool little graphic. Google. My friend who works for Google came over this weekend, and she told me she has a friend that works for Stadia, but I couldn't convince her to give me her DMs. So I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna see if I can be the oracle for you guys. But I don't want to get her in trouble either. She's pretty new to the company, so still young, 24 years old, I think. Cool. Speaker, please welcome to the stage the CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai. Intense intro. only seen clips of this
Please
event as
welcome to
well.
the
Actually, yeah.
stage
So that's
the
what
CEO
I kind of
of
felt
Google,
at some
Sundar
points
Pichai.
when I was responding to people. I felt like I was being fake. So here we go. I've heard this guy talk, and he's pretty smart.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here. Thank you all for joining us. I suppose I should start out with a
How's the
confession.
audio?
I'm actually not a big gamer, though I do play FIFA 19 quite a bit and really enjoy how immersive it is. I also play Ashes cricket quite a bit. And for those of you who are wondering what cricket is,
super
it's kind
popular
of like
in India.
baseball, but better.
That's messed up.
Another little known fact is that
Don't
Google
start by
makes
picking a fight,
arguably
buddy.
the most played game on the internet today. It's the Dino Chrome game, mostly played when there's no internet connection.
Oh.
I'm not going to talk to you about the high quality graphics and sophistication you all are used to, but it does have a lot of players, and I probably logged more hours than I care to admit. While I'm not a big gamer, I do have the privilege of working at a company and leading a company full of people who love to solve hard computer science problems.
Yes.
For many Googlers, their journey with computers started with games. Games have inspired many generations of people to pursue careers in tech. And through that process, they build resourcefulness, creativity, and collaboration.
Creativity.
All qualities that are key to solving hard problems. And within Google and Alphabet, games play a big part in developing our own technology. The best example I can think of is how we are making progress on AI. DeepMind's AlphaZero uses self-play to learn from scratch and master games like chess, shogi, and Go. It's an important step towards creating a flexible, general-purpose system that can learn to solve many foundational problems. More recently, AlphaStar became the first AI to defeat a top professional player at StarCraft 2, using a deep neural network trained directly from raw game data. Increasingly, games are helping AIs learn to tackle real-world challenges.
MMO.
Even beyond DeepMind, another great example we have is Waymo, where we use simulations in gaming-like environments to test things that aren't actually possible or safe at scale in the real world. In fact, Waymo has driven more than 5 billion hours in simulations of edge case scenarios that vehicles wouldn't normally encounter. And we use it, we learn from it, and actually improve the systems that we'll be deploying in the real world. Perhaps the biggest impact of gaming is how it pushes us to make big leaps in computing and networking power, higher fidelity graphics, and the infrastructure that supports it all. All of you are pushing computing and technology forward, and I find that really exciting. At Google, we've always believed that technology should adapt to people, not the other way around.
First PC and online game.
We've been building towards this vision for some time.
Oh, okay.
Nice. For example, when we launched Chrome a decade ago, we envisioned that it could be a modern platform for web applications.
A decade ago?
Bring the power of web to everyone, including use cases that seemed impossible at that time, like high-quality games. Finally, we are making progress towards that goal.
Wow, so Chrome is only...
In the past 2 years, we've been hard at work on game streaming technology.
What, 14
last
years?
fall, we launched our first public test with Project Stream. As some of you guessed, a technical test wasn't the whole view of our ambition. It was probably the worst kept secret in the industry. Internally, we were actually testing our ability to stream high-fidelity graphics over a low-latency network. We learned that we could bring a AAA game to any device with a Chrome browser and an internet connection, using the best of Google to create a powerful game platform. And when we say best of Google, it always starts with our cloud and networking infrastructure. Our custom server hardware and data centers can bring more computing power to more people.
It looks like they got some over here in Hawaii, but they don't.
Today, we are in 19 regions and in over 200 countries and territories, connected by hundreds of thousands of miles of fiber optic cable.
Nothing around Hawaii.
The best of Google also includes our open platforms that allow you to reach billions of people. With Google, your games will be immediately discoverable by over 2 billion people on a Chrome browser, Chromebooks, Chromecast, Pixel devices, and we have plans to support more browsers and platforms over time. That's in addition to all the people playing and watching games across YouTube and Google Play. And when we build these ecosystems, we always take the approach that we only succeed when our partners do. Collectively, our partners across web, Google Play, and YouTube have earned more than $110 billion over the past 4 years alone, and we are committed to this approach here as well.
So I think with partners, I think right here, see, we didn't know back then because hindsight's 2020. But when he's talking about your games, he's talking about developers, right? I'm assuming. And when he's talking about partners, he's talking about publishers and people that put content up for Google to curate and to make available when people are searching, or you know what I mean. So right now, I think it's a lot clearer because immersive streaming came up. I think you just mentioned that, Winstar. But maybe back then people assumed that partners and people that they were referring to were regular customers, clients, us. I think that's a big distinction.
So now we are focused on our next big effort, which is to build a game platform for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And when we say for everyone, we really mean it. It's one of our most cherished values as a company.
For everyone,
Be it
not
Android,
for gamers,
or Chrome, or AI.
not for PC players,
about making technology
not for console players, not for phone players,
but
for
if you
everyone.
Think about games, there are a lot of barriers for users to play high-end games.
Right.
Beautiful
Hardware.
graphics really need high-end consoles or PCs. And games don't have instant access. Think about the way the web works. You can easily share a link, and it works seamlessly. We want games to feel that way too. Instantly enjoyable with access for everyone.
We want games to feel that way.
I think we can change the game by bringing together the power and creativity of the entire community. People who love to play games,
Okay.
people who love to watch games,
Yep.
and people who love to build games. That means
Nice.
all of you. We are really excited to work with you. We want to build a platform. We want you to show us what's possible.
So people in the room, but I'm assuming, and obviously I know I'm pointing out obvious. I'm Captain Obvious right now, but just to be clear, they're talking to developers right now. They're trying to sell this idea to developers, not to Joe, not to Becky, but to the developers. I mean, I'm sure they have Joes and Beckys and developers, but you know what I mean. And
together, I think we can create a new games experience, powered by Best of Google and built for everyone. Let's take a look.
Please.
From the beginning of time, games have brought us together. Players and spectators. By the handful, the hundreds and the thousands.
Mm-hmm.
We built stadiums. Places to gather around every kind of spectacle.
That's crazy. Oh, look at that.
Glory, tragedy, pageantry, community, rivalry, and wonder. Until every city, town, and village had a place where anyone could play. Thousands of years in, our games have changed. But our need to come together remains. This new era of gaming.
What controllers were they using?
Together. One place where anything you dream can be built. Playgrounds for every imagination.
I like that game.
One place where you and everyone you know and everyone they know will all play together.
Let's go! Let's go, squad!
What is the guy doing? Look at the old lady. Look at that old lady.
One place that never stops evolving. Where everyone will play.
Where did he come from?
Oh, nice. I kind of want to stream that, but I don't know about the copyrights.
And create. From any screen, at any time.
There it is.
One place for all the ways we play. This is Stadia.
Stadia.
Gather round.
If I would have seen this in March 2019, I wouldn't have cared at all. Zero interest in gaming back then. So the fact that I'm watching this now gives me a little bit of goosebumps just to see that, you know, they were selling the idea now, and I mean they were selling the idea back then, and now I'm actually experiencing that idea. It's pretty wild. That's gonna be you, the old lady with the cursing out.
Welcome to Stadia. We are so
Nice.
excited by this. To do
So this is the first time they say the name, right?
We have the right people working on this, experts with deep history and heritage in games. That starts with Phil Harrison, who joined us about a year ago. He's a great leader and a great gamer.
That hasn't
someone
aged well.
who knows the difference between RPGs and NPCs. I'm going to pass the mic over to Phil to show you what we have built. Take it away, Phil.
Thank you, Sundar.
Tall guy.
Thank you, Sundar. It's
Where
such
you
a
at, Phil?
pleasure to be here today, and thank you for joining us at GDC as we finally get to share Google's vision for the future of games, where the worlds of watching and playing games converge into a new generation game platform purpose-built for the 21st century, powered by the best of Google. Our vision for
The famous
Stadia
red
is simple.
shoes. Yeah, that was pretty
One
cool. I was
place
watching, I was doing the thumbnail for this video, and I'm like, oh, look at those shoes, man. That's pretty cool. I want those shoes.
all the ways we play. It's focused on gamers, inspired by developers, and amplified by YouTube creators.
Nice. It
Today,
has both
our industry
icon
captivates
colors.
over 2 billion players from all around the world.
Wow.
At the center of that community, its beating heart, are the game developers, the people in this room that create the most
go.
incredible game experiences that delight players with engrossing stories, characters, and worlds through a dazzling display of technology, artistry, and magic. Games are now the single biggest form of entertainment on the planet, one that connects a vast community across geographies, cultures, and language. And within that passionate community, there is a universe of people who love playing games, and there's a universe of people who love watching games. Hundreds of millions of people watch gaming content every single day on YouTube. But those two worlds are mostly disconnected, fragmented, and often independent of each other. Our vision is to bring those worlds closer together, to connect game developers with players and YouTube creators in a way that only Google can, creating a richer and more vibrant gaming community for everyone to enjoy. Through the power of our data centers, the extraordinary reach and community of YouTube, and our investments in the fundamental technologies that are the foundations of the open internet, we offer a truly unique opportunity to combine these worlds.
So Winstar might understand what this next statement I'm going to say means, but so in the military, anytime you get a new mission, you have to give an op order, an operations order, and it dictates what everybody's going to be doing, what the mission is, what the who you're fighting, and who's the good guys, where the good guys are going to be, where they think the bad guys are going to be. So that's kind of irrelevant to this, but the mission part of the operation order, or the statements of the mission statement, is the heart of it. And so really what they teach you, and I went to range school, so it has to be like, it's one of those things that's very, very important to be able to graduate from that school, is that in the event that somebody did not get the operation order, they didn't get all the paragraphs, all the information, and this operations orders, the number one thing that everybody should know is the mission. What is the mission? Because the mission should be clear and concise enough that anybody, a private that's brand new to, you know, a general, everybody should be able to make decisions based off that mission. And I think this is their mission statement. So they're not saying we're gonna bring AAA games to you. They're not saying we're gonna, give you the best graphics, or we're gonna give you the, the best performance or any of that. They're saying we're trying to connect video game uh, players to video game content creators. I think that's what is driving them. So right now, it doesn't seem to me, just by watching this, that they're focused on AAA. Obviously, we're only 13 minutes in. I think their main focus, by what they're saying right here, is that whatever we do, whatever decisions we make, is going to get driven by the fact that we are trying to make the relationship between streamers and players and viewers slash players slash viewers as close as we possibly can. And you can tell they did this. Look at this. Half of the people in they jump in my streams are content creators that I watch while I'm playing, that they watch me while they're playing. So to me, their mission statement up to this point, almost 3 years later, has been accomplished, and all they can do is just improve on it. You know what I mean? But then again, I'm going to mention again, I'm not a gamer, so I don't really care about AAA games. I don't really care. I just want to enjoy my time when I'm gaming. In fact, if I'm going to make another analogy, I actually prefer independent movies over big budget movies, because because when you put big money into something, you get a lot more pressure to have a certain type of product. They want if you put a lot of money into a product, that product has to sell. When you put very little money into something, and it doesn't have to shatter box offices or records, then I think you get a better experience, because the focus is on the story, not how much money it's going to be able to generate. So that's my take on, all this arguing about, AAA games this, AAA games that. Okay, if that's what you like, that's what you like, but not everybody wants that.
We will be handing that extraordinary power of the data center over to you, the game developers, where playgrounds for every imagination can be created. Our first public test of this came in October of last year with Project Stream, where we streamed a AAA HD game at up to 1080p and 60 frames per second over the internet from Google data centers to a Chrome browser. We were humbled by the overwhelmingly positive response from players who were able to join us on Project Stream. A huge thank you to those of you who participated in Project Stream and for your vital feedback. And also to the amazing people at Ubisoft for trusting us with the latest incarnation of their incredible game franchise, Assassin's Creed.
Nice.
Ubisoft has always been at the forefront of advancements in the games industry, and they have an incredible track record of success and creativity. And joining us here in the audience today, I'm delighted to welcome the CEO and co-founder of Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot. Thank you, Yves.
Nice. That's the Division shirt right there.
I'd like to thank Yves and his team for partnering with us, and to producer Marc-Alexis Cote and the entire Ubisoft Quebec studio for their masterpiece creation, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Thank you for bringing your game to our platform.
Yeah, Winston, we just got to give them time, man. We just got to give them time, man. Less than 3 years old. People just expect a 3-decade type of
we now have
product.
the ability to take a sophisticated, graphically intense AAA game and stream it to a Chrome browser running on a simple laptop without any sacrifice to the quality or vision of the game developer.
Yes. Now,
as successful as Project Stream was,
I'll disagree with that right there. Okay. He says there's let me back it up. No simple laptop without any sacrifice to the quality or vision of the game. With my experience being here in Hawaii, we having a large latency, or at least larger than average if you're in the mainland. When the resolution drops, it's very visible, and obviously you don't. Even if I'm at 720. The pixelation makes it so that sometimes I can't even, if I'm playing PUBG, I can't even see the bad guys, you know what I mean? So but I strongly believe that's not on them, you know what I mean? If I had a perfect internet and a server you know, a server even 1,000 miles away. Right now, I'm at 2,300 miles away. Even if they put one in Mexico, which I think is closer, or in I think Japan, is Japan closer? I'm not sure, but I think that's my individual experience, and for me to project that onto the platform itself, it's pretty unfair when other people are having excellent, 4K 60 frames experience. So so anyways, I just want to bring that up. It's not going to be the same, that this whole, not sacrificing. I understand why they do it. They rather have a pixelation than latency, but it is there.
To the quality or vision of the game developer. As successful as Project Stream was, our ambition is, of course, far beyond a single game. As we developed our strategy for this new platform,
it's tough.
we asked developers how we could help solve...
I did win a PUBG game without being able to see the bad guys, like 200 meters out. So I don't even know how I did that. Just luck, I guess.
Some of the most critical challenges you face.
Okay, here we go.
There were 3 very clear themes that resonated.
Okay.
You told us you wanted to unleash your creativity without limits, get to the widest possible scale, and make it easier for people to connect with your games. We used these 3 themes to anchor our vision, build our platform architecture, and began to share it with the leading publishers and developers in the world. Now, let me show you how we have brought this vision to life. Imagine you are watching games on YouTube, and you discover the latest Assassin's Creed Odyssey trailer on Ubisoft's official channel on YouTube. You will notice the Play Now button. By simply clicking on that button, the player is brought directly into the game in a browser in as quick as 5 seconds. With no download.
People are clapping. Nice. Now, they have done this, right? This is here already. I haven't tested it out myself, but I think I saw people commenting that some of the games already have this link.
With no download, no patch, no update, and no install, Stadia offers instant access to play. Our platform vision for Stadia is to reduce the friction between getting excited about a game and playing a game.
Oh my God, imagine.
You just need to click on a YouTube video or link, and you can be playing your game instantly.
Kai, how many times have you been streaming and then one of your viewers wants to jump in, Animal Crossing or some of the other games? I don't think, do you do multiplayer with the other games? I can't remember. But then they have to update the latest Switch update, or they have to update the latest game update, and then, you know what I mean? So there's always something that kind of gets in between. I rarely have that experience with Stadia.
Compare that to today, where gamers are all too familiar with things like this.
Yeah, this
with
is the
Stadia,
worst.
This waiting game will be a thing of the past. The power of instant access is magical and has already transformed the music and movie industries, and with Stadia, it is now available at the highest level of gaming. But wouldn't it be even more magical if that same game and that same instant experience could be available across any screen type in your life? A key benefit of our platform is that a single creative vision and a single code base can now be enjoyed instantly across any screen. At launch, we'll support being able to play games across desktops, laptops, TV, tablets, and phones.
Nice.
This new generation of gaming is not a box. With Stadia, the data center is your platform. There is no console that limits the developer's creative ideas and no console that limits where gamers can play. And we're about to show this to you now. This is not a concept, it's not a test, this is real. I'd like to bring my friend Khaled to the stage to show you this working.
Yeah, buddy. This is 3 years ago now.
So imagine you've just discovered that game for the first time, you're running it on the Chrome browser, and here it is on a Pixelbook running the Chrome OS. There is basically no hardware acceleration on that laptop whatsoever, and the game is running directly from our data center. It's then easy and instantaneous to move that same game experience from exactly that moment onto the phone, here on a Pixel 3 XL.
Oh, there we go. I was gonna say it didn't turn off the other screen,
Once
but it did.
again, no loss in quality, and we can go straight on to the desktop PC. We actually went to buy the least powerful PC we could find here.
Don't show the name.
Enjoy the
I like how they blocked the name right there. See the little black sticker at the bottom, right there. They didn't want to offend
same
anybody.
vision that the developer had, the same high-quality 1080p stream at 60 frames per second, and the full game vision, regardless of the hardware that you're using. And then it's once again seamless to go from running on our PC to running on a tablet. In this case, once again, running the Chrome OS on a Pixel slate.
Oh, they have it plugged in because they didn't want to show that you have to reconnect it every time. I hope they fix that, man. I hope it gets to the point where you don't have to reconnect the controller every time.
We then move seamlessly to the TV.
There we go.
And so this TV is accessed using this, which is a Chromecast Ultra HDMI streamer. There is no console required to reach.
And now you don't even need that. You just need the app on the TVs. Can you tell I'm a fan?
Thanks, Khaled. Great presentation.
It's insane that this became old news already. I mean, this, like, everybody's excited because they've never seen that before. And not even 3 years, well, I guess it's 3 years later because it's March. So in 3 years later, people are kind of used to that already. You know, it kind of reminds me of this article that I read once, where they say that that like somebody who wins the lottery, let's say a person, I forget the details of the article, so I'm just gonna kind of paraphrase here. Let's say a person is a miserable person, you know, always upset, always kind of like you know, always depressed or sad, and you know, whatever. They don't have a great life, right? And then they win the lottery. It only takes 3 months before they get used to being, you know, these rich and all the joy that comes with winning the lottery, before they go back to their old ways. So and it goes the other way too. So if somebody's really joyful and happy, and then let's say they lose an arm or a leg, obviously they're going to be depressed because now, you know, they don't have an arm, they don't have a leg. But it only takes about average 3 months for that person to get used to the fact that they don't have an arm or a leg, make peace with it, and go back to being this happy, you know, joyful person. I wish I can find that article right now, but that's what I'm seeing with a lot of people. They get excited. They're like, oh, look at this right here. We won the lottery. If I'm a gamer or game developer, you know, now I can, or if let's say I'm a gamer, you know, now I can play the AAA game on my phone, blah, blah, blah. And they get used to that. So whatever type of person they were before that, they're going to go back to it, you know? I don't know if that made sense, but there's research backing that up.
Welcoming any and all players is fundamental to Stadia, where you can try with your friends on devices you already own. And as such, we're also enabling players to use your existing USB controller or mouse and keyboard when playing Stadia on a laptop or PC. By eliminating that friction, that barrier to entry, we will make it simple and easy for players who want to try Stadia for the first time. But of course, we will have our own controller that has been uniquely designed to enhance the experience for the Stadia player. I'd like to introduce you to the newest member of the Google hardware family, the Stadia controller.
I got 4. 5 if you include the box, the one in the box. Look at that
this
wasabi,
is your
man.
gateway to the best of Stadia. It enables you to access the
why is that
full
wasabi
Stadia
so pretty?
experience. And there are many advantages to the Stadia controller. And the first is that it will connect through Wi-Fi directly to the game that is running in the Google Data Center. The Stadia controller identifies which screen or device you want to play on and links it with your game session running in the cloud, ensuring the highest possible performance and the best experience for players.
So everybody knows that Amazon is kind of getting some heat for taking, because, you know, you have all these products in the Amazon store, the website, and then because they have analytics to all the products, they've been accused of. I don't want to start a fight, but here we go. They've been accused of looking at all the products that are very, very popular and very profitable, and then just copying those products and selling them under their own labor. Everybody knows that, right? This is not they're being sued for it. There's some bunches court cases for that, and obviously they claim they don't copy people's things, blah blah blah, right? So I wonder if Amazon already had their own Wi-Fi controller, and they were already working on games, cloud games or cloud gaming, I guess, platform. Or if they saw this in March 2019, they're like, oh, this is a good idea. We got some cloud, we got some servers all over the world. Let's see if we can. So, you know what I mean? Or what if Sony or Xbox? Sony was already in the cloud, Sony, GFN, and I think Xbox was simultaneously because they released like a few days apart. I wonder how many of those saw this presentation. They're like, "Oh man, we gotta jump on this. We gotta get on them before they kick us." Yeah, Amazon Essentials. Yep, and it's not. I'm not saying anything untrue, right? They're being sued for a bunch of for doing that. But anyways, I wonder how much effect this presentation had on the cloud gaming industry as a whole. You know what I mean? Because it's pretty exciting. I mean, I already know all this stuff, and I still get kind of chills thinking that we're already there. It's been here for a while already.
In addition to the standard functions you'd expect to see on a modern game controller, the Stadia controller features two very important new buttons.
I wonder if Xbox, PlayStation, GFN are going to release their own Wi-Fi controller.
Back out to YouTube. The gamer can choose to share their experiences starting with a click of this button to themselves, to their friends, or to the world. They are in control. And the second one is the Google Assistant button. Pressing this button allows players to immediately access the controller's built-in microphone so they can get help from the assistant for special in-game features integrated by developers. Our goal with Stadia is to help fuel developer creativity at every level. And next, we'll take a look at the incredible computing power we have custom built into our data centers that will further accelerate innovation.
I wonder if one day you're going to be able to hit that Google Assist button and be like, I'm stuck, can you help me? And then bring up like a cheat sheet or like a help guide within the game. I wonder if that's going to be a possibility.
I'd like to introduce my friend and colleague, the head of engineering for Stadia, Maj Bakar.
The head of engineering.
Let's look at the real-time computing power we have put into our data centers that will change how we view what the game platform can be.
I'm interested about that
In order to deliver an amazing experience for your games, we needed to bring powerful computing closer to users. We've built Stadia's architecture on top of the Google Data Center network, the same network that has been delivering search results to your fingertips in milliseconds for more than 20 years.
So I think this is where they kind of messed up, not this presentation itself, but the fact that they built it on top of the, I mean, it makes sense because obviously you want the servers to have the least load possible, but that also meant that they had to go the Linux route. And I think that's where it hurt them a little bit. Hindsight is 2020.
The network consists of fiber optic links and subsea cables between hundreds of points of presence and more than 7,500 edge node locations around the globe, all connected with our network backbone. Stadia is built on infrastructure that no one else has. More edge nodes mean the compute resources are closer to players, which results in better performance.
Bring it to the Hawaii, please.
We took that proven model and infused it with custom-designed, purpose-built gaming hardware, creating the most powerful and connected gaming platform.
7,500 edge node locations.
Each of Stadia's data center is composed of interconnected racks
that
deliver the high-power graphics, memory, and storage needed to run the most demanding games. Only with Google can you apply the power and flexibility of data centers to game development. This architecture is the foundation for this new generation of gaming. We've been testing this technology privately within Google for years.
Years.
For our initial public test with Project Stream in 2018, we delivered up to 1080p 60 frames per second with stereo audio. When Stadia launches, we will have increased performance significantly to support resolutions up to 4K at 60 frames per second.
To support. Again, I'm a Stadia fan, but I'm, obviously this is the bias that I'm bringing. But they're not saying, they didn't say all games are going to come 4K 60 frames. They're saying they're going to be able to support games that are 4K 60 frames, HDR, surround sound.
With HDR and surround sound. And in the future, we'll be able to stream games in up to 8K resolution.
Ooh, in the future. Wait, how come nobody clapped? What happened with the? Because as soon as they say 4K, they go wild.
With HDR and surround sound.
but 8K doesn't get much.
We'll be able to stream games in up to 8K resolution.
Because there's no 8K games, right?
We know there are not that many homes or TVs in the world that have 8K
Oh,
today.
that's why.
But we also know the widespread adoption of 8K is inevitable. We have built our platform to scale up with the highest performing networks to deliver the visual quality demanded by future generation of gamers and game developers.
So this is what bothers me. I wonder if the people that are saying they need to update their hardware, blah, blah, blah. If they even saw this, they're saying it's going to happen. They don't know. Maybe they're upset that it hasn't happened in 3 years, which is ridiculous because nobody even has 8K TVs. But they're saying right here, at some point, they're going to be 8K, 120 plus frames per second. So they're saying they already have the tech. They're not going to announce it if it's not possible already. Does that make sense? So maybe it's not viable right now because there aren't that many people with 8K TVs, but they're obviously done tests to be able to say that they can do this. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, it's either their hardware right now, or if they have a patch of servers that can do this. They're testing purposes only. They wouldn't say it if it wasn't going to be possible. This is 3 years ago, and they're already saying this. But people are crying that GFN already has 4K, 120 frames, or what's the boosteroid thing now? It's just weird, man. It's just weird how people, they're so impatient.
What's even more exciting is that in addition to the stream you get as a player, there is a second simultaneous stream at 4K 60 frames per second that you can choose to share directly to YouTube from the Stadia data center.
Nice.
Meaning your gaming memories will be saved at the highest possible quality. Stadia is not constrained by the limitation of traditional console systems. Instead, we have built a truly flexible, scalable, and modern platform that allows us to push performance beyond what was previously considered possible. This architecture gives us even more flexibility to scale. And thanks to fast transfer speeds between the Stadia instances in our data center, our platform can connect instances together to dynamically expand the capabilities along with the need of your games.
So that means, okay, so what I'm, first impression right there of that statement is that if there's a game that is so graphically or computing intense that one server can't handle it, they're going to be able to stack servers to be able to play that game. I mean, that's just limitlessness right there. Is that even a word? Yeah, I think that's a word. But that's wild. And I guess people maybe didn't catch it because nobody clapped.
As a developer, you're used to being forced to tone down your creative ambition that are limited by the hardware.
I mean, I'm not a developer, but that's what they complain about, right?
Our vision with Stadia is that the processing resources available will scale up to match your imagination. In this new generation, the data center is your platform.
Nice. Nobody claps. Okay.
We've partnered with our friends at AMD to build a custom GPU. I'd like to personally thank Dr. Lisa Su, AMD President and CEO, who is here with us today. Lisa and her team helped us design a chip to bring you more than 10 teraflops of power, which we've coupled with a custom CPU to make up a single Stadia instance.
So 10.7 teraflop. I don't even know what teraflops is. I have no idea what that is. 56. I know megabytes. I know gigabytes. Teraflops is how many more zeros on that? 6 compute units, HBM2 memory, custom 86 processors, 2.7 gigahertz. Oh, okay. So the GPU and the CPU. Oh, wow. Upper threaded AVX memory, 16 gigs of RAM, total RAM, up to 484 gigabytes transfer speed. Okay. So it's been a while since I was in a real techie, so I kind of forget.
Stadia compares to the top 2 consoles in the market.
PS4 Pro. When did the 5 and the teraflops? Oh, okay.
You can see. Thank you.
That's her.
You can see that a single Stadia instance is a big step forward. 10.7 teraflops is more powerful than the top 2 consoles of the previous generation combined.
They did say previous generation, so.
Stadia will be using the Linux operating system and the Open Graphics API, Vulkan.
Yeah, this is where
And when it comes to game engines, we are excited to announce that we have partnered with Unreal, who will be fully supporting the Stadia platform.
Nice.
We are also partnering with Unity to bring full support for the 2 most popular and familiar game engines to our development community.
Nice.
And we're empowering developers with an amazing array of familiar middleware that you already use to power your game development, including the most popular physics engine, Havok. And here's a list of our partners now. And of course, this list will continue to grow over time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 3 years ago. I don't know most of them. I'm not a developer.
With a suite of tools, game development can evolve as quickly as the imagination of content creators. To achieve that, we're providing multiple ways to make games for Stadia. You can develop on our cloud, your cloud, and at your desk. Our goal is to make Stadia the most flexible development environment ever.
Wait, weren't people saying that they wanted to know how a dev kit looked like? Isn't that the picture of the dev kit, or is that's just like a generic image on the right? Maybe it's just generic, right? It looks like it's photoshopped or something.
Our cloud, your cloud, and at your desk. Our goal is to make Stadia the most flexible development environment ever put together. And that power is, of course, used to create the best content. Our first guest is from a company known for creating the most sophisticated and impressive gaming experiences in the industry that always demand the most of every system they run on. We had the chance to give our friends at id early access to our tools and technology.
Oh, what's id?
It's my absolute pleasure
I know that one.
to welcome to the stage executive producer from id, Marty Stratton.
Is it id or ID? I guess it's id if they're saying it right there.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for having us here, Phil and Majd. I'm honored to be part of a team at id that has spent more than 25 years on the bleeding edge of technical innovation. When we first met with Google about game streaming, frankly, we were skeptical about how it would work, and in particular, how it could work with a game like Doom. However, we recognize not just your ability and resources to make game streaming a reality, but more importantly, the passion to support a game as fast, fluid, and uncompromising as Doom. After all, if you're going to prove to the world that you can stream games from the cloud, what better proof than Doom?
Yeah.
And if you're going to prove to a developer that you're serious about building a robust platform, what better team than id, where we push every platform to its limit. In fact, back in 2016, Doom was the first AAA game released on Vulkan. And because Stadia is built on that same Vulkan API, it didn't take us more than a few weeks to get our upcoming sequel, Doom Eternal, looking and playing great on Stadia. Built on the fun and sense of power players expect from the series, Doom Eternal is a pure and unfiltered action FPS experience. You play as an unstoppable hero sent to destroy hell's fiercest demons across an expanding universe of unbelievable locations.
That explains the rated M in the beginning.
Doom Eternal to Stadia, and are thrilled to announce that the game will be capable of running at true 4K resolution with HDR color at an unrelenting 60 frames per second.
Nice.
We actually can't wait to show you more of Doom Eternal very soon, in fact. We have the full game running on Stadia, live from Google data centers, and you can see it today at our developer session. It starts at 12:30 over in West Hall. You won't want to miss it. Thank you to Google and Stadia team for giving us this opportunity to share a bit about Doom Eternal. Thanks so much.
Nice. I have that game and I haven't played it since my first look. I gotta jump back on it.
Thanks so much, Marty. It's a privilege.
I usually jump on it when I can't play, when like I don't feel like doing a 20-30 minute PUBG session, because with Doom you can just jump in and with bots and just go crazy and then turn it off and you're good to go.
Double engineers and creators. For anyone who knows the franchise, you know Doom Eternal will look and play amazingly well on our platform. It was important for us to partner with a developer like id so that we could prove, not just to ourselves, but to the entire industry, that our platform is capable of supporting the most demanding titles. And Doom will be running on a single Stadia GPU. The fundamental benefit of our cloud-native infrastructure is that developers will be able to take advantage of hardware and power in ways never before possible. And that includes taking advantage of the power of multiple GPUs at once. We've asked our friends at UL Benchmarks, makers of 3D Mark, to put Stadia to the test. In this video, you can see some comparison points showing the difference between our single GPU and multiple GPUs. What you see here on the left of the line is running on a single 10.7 teraflop GPU. And on the right of the line, you can see the same content running on Stadia using multiple GPUs. In this demo, we're highlighting real-time fluid deformation. Accurate water simulation is one of the most compute-intensive effects for games. And it's a powerful example of what Stadia is capable of. And I'm so excited to see where game developers go with this kind of performance. When we designed Stadia, our goal was to solve many of the pain points that we've heard about from developers, particularly those related to multiplayer. In traditional platforms, the client and server are connected by the unpredictable internet. And therefore, the multiplayer experience is limited by the client with the slowest or poorest quality connection. But with Stadia, that game client and server both remain on Google's networking backbone, resulting in predictable low latency, reliable connectivity, and data security, since no traffic gets exposed to the public internet. Developers who use Google's data centers can create a predictable multiplayer experience that scales to an order of magnitude greater than anything enjoyed by gamers today.
Hold on, I gotta watch that again. I'm interested, and then I want to kind of.
Our goal was to solve many of the pain points that we've heard about from developers, particularly those related to multiplayer. In traditional platforms, the client and server are connected by the unpredictable internet.
Okay, so you got game player, they got a console, ISP, and then I don't get this transit part right here. Why wouldn't the ISP go straight to the that's the only
therefore
part.
The multiplayer
player, the console, ISP, and then I don't know if they covered the transit area.
Experience is limited by the client with the slowest or poorest quality connection. But with Stadia, that game client and server both remain on Google's networking backbone, resulting in predictable low latency, reliable connectivity, and data security, since no traffic gets exposed to the public internet. Developers who use Google's data centers
I don't get that part.
create
I'm gonna have to go back to
multiplayer experience that scales to an order of magnitude greater than anything
Did you get it,
enjoyed by
Winstar?
gamers
I
today.
kind of lost
What
me now.
that means is a synchronized state across a very high volume of players.
Because so if the game is in the Google servers, doesn't the Google server still have to go to the developers' servers? Or are they saying that the developers' servers is hosted within the Google servers? So like, for example, PUBG, right? The game is in the Google servers, but are the people playing PlayStation and Xbox connecting to the Google servers for the PUBG multiplayer experience? Or are the Google servers connecting to the PUBG servers and the PlayStation and Xbox are connecting to that same server? I gotta figure that out.
Where innovations like distributed physics can be built into your games. Where battle royale games could go from hundreds of players today to thousands of players tomorrow.
That would be insane.
And yes, no cheating and no hacking.
Yep. No clapping for that. He stopped for the. He did a applause break and nobody clapped. That's funny. That's funny. Google server is connecting to the other game servers, but if they made their own game, they could do that. So they can do both. Then it sounds like, right? Because they said, earlier they said that you can host the game on their servers and on their cloud, your cloud, speaking of developers, or their desk. So I think that's what they meant. They can have both a server for their game at their own place, or they can use Google to host it. And so in that particular instance, for that to be true, then that means the developer has to host their game servers along with their game in the Google servers, right? If that's the case, then it makes sense, right? If they left out the fact that some developers are going to run their own servers, so therefore the Google servers have to connect to those, then maybe that makes sense. Okay. I think I got it. I'm not super sure. Yeah. Okay.
I believe that the world is a better place when we are able to connect without barriers. And as a new generation game platform, Stadia will, of course, embrace full cross-platform play.
Yes. I wonder why Sony doesn't. That's the weirdest thing, man. Like, how does Sony not do that?
Developers will have the ability to enable cross-platform multiplayer for all players, and even bring game saves and progression across as well.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's check this out, okay? Because everybody's always complaining about the games that are they have online multiplayer, but they don't have cross-platform play, right? They're always complaining about that, and this is the answer why that happens. And they've said it before in a bunch of Twitter or tweets, I guess. So this is what they're saying.
And even bring game saves and progression across.
Hold on. Developers
will have the ability to enable cross-platform multiplayer for all players.
Developers will have the ability to bring cross-platform multiplayer for all players. So that's on the developers, right? But they keep blaming Stadia because you know what I mean. So the only thing that Stadia is at fault here is the fact that they use Linux, so therefore the porting system is lengthy and expensive, and so whenever they fix that, then hopefully developers can just click that, hit that switch and make all games cross-platform.
And even bring game saves and progression across as well.
Nice.
I'd now like to introduce a member of Stadia's R&D team who are pushing the envelope, bringing the best of Google to game developers. Please welcome to the stage our lead designer for research and development at Stadia, Erin Hoffman-Jung.
Oh, that's the one girl that was in one of the videos. Oh wait, no.
One of our team's favorite comments about Project Stream was a tweet that described Stadia's technology as the work of wizards. And we are incredibly fortunate to work with wizards every day, bending their magic toward games.
At Google, I'm really interested to know where your engineers went to wizarding school. Can't imagine any other way that Project Stream works as well as it does. Nice.
I'd like to take you through a few technologies and features that we've been working on that are going to enhance
Project
the
Stream.
game
Did I say
development
Project
process
Storm?
for developers big and small. The first one is focused on multiplayer. Stadia not only provides high-performing multiplayer experiences from player to player, but also allows developers to create new, gorgeous gaming environments. Our friends at Tangent Games have been working with us on a technical proof of concept that you can see here behind me. They spent a few short weeks creating this beautiful multiplayer world with a persistent, massively destructible environment.
Oh, that is pretty.
It is a raw demonstration of scale and power using the best of Stadia technology, where every piece of the environment in this multiplayer world is destructible using real-time rigid body physics. Using Google's unique infrastructure, developers can create games built to house hundreds of players with low latency and perfect synchronization. This demo will be available on the show floor if you want to check it out this week.
I think it also is going to depend on the developers, because there have been times where I think it's Windstar. I think is it when we're playing PUBG, or is it when we're playing Wreckfest? There's been a few times where we're playing Wreckfest, and then do you play Wreckfest? I can't remember if I've seen you in Wreckfest, but where there's one person crashed into another one, and then nothing really happens because somebody was delayed. I wonder if that's the game or if that's the Stadia. I'm assuming that's going to be the game, because it doesn't happen with other games. But
as we were building the platform, we collaborated with individual developers, but we also thought about trends in game development.
She's confident, man.
When we thought
I like
about
her,
our most treasured gaming memories, something kept coming back, something that we'd lost. When modern games start to push the boundaries of current hardware, rendering 2 or more scenes simultaneously becomes too resource intensive. And so split-screen couch co-op has been
probably the game, yeah.
But when all of your clients are in the cloud, couch multiplayer has new life again through Stadia in what we're calling Stream Connect. In the past, the resources required to execute split-screen co-op have required developers to sacrifice more of their creative goals. With Stream Connect, we're making it possible to realize split-screen multiplayer without any performance penalty.
But it's not really
behind me, you'll see a technology proof of concept that we built at Google. It's called the Night Forest, a co-op demo with asymmetric player roles. Here we have 2 players,
one
we
haven't
hunter
seen
on
this.
the ground and a supporting aerial player, set up in a standard split-screen view. Each of these screens is powered by a separate Stadia instance. But what would happen to squad-based games if developers could allow players to call up the views of their teammates on demand, or utilize any polygonal surface as a receiver for another player's video stream? Stream Connect makes this possible with extremely little effort on the part of the developer, bringing dynamic squad-based gaming into easy reach even for very small teams.
So it seems like they haven't really developed Stream Connect as far as this is showing, if that makes any sense. Right now, Stream Connect, you're playing with somebody and you're able to see their screen small on the bottom, or left or right, whatever it is. That's how we know Stream Connect today. But what they're doing here, it seems like you can do like a split screen, or obviously multiple screens here. But I guess they need to get this porting system down so people can, so developers can start implementing these Stadia unique features. Because I feel like Stream Connect is different than Amazon's Couch. What's it called? Luna Couch, or whatever the Luna feature of Couch is. I think that's different, because on Luna you can play a game that's only local player, and play with somebody that's not with you, is on you know, somewhere else. But right now, Stream Connect is only for online multiplayer on Stadia. You can't have like a, you know, what's that racer? Ryan's. What's a better racer? You can't have like a kid game that has local multiplayer and play with somebody who's not in the room with you. So I hope that that's what their end goal with Screen Connect is for Stadia, that you can not only do online multiplayer as a split screen, but you can also do local multiplayer with somebody not in the room, like Luna can do that. You know what I mean? Hey, Aurora, long time no see. I figured I was going to start seeing some Animal Crossing viewers if I streamed earlier. Still running. Let's see. But if they made their own, yeah, probably. It's still running on their game online servers. Yeah, actually, I don't know whose server it's on. I know for PUBG, it might be PUBG server, because they're big enough that they probably want to maintain control. If it's a like an independent game developer, then maybe it's better for them, cheaper for them to have it in their Google server than run their own, and then just click the multiplayer button. Like I think Death Carnival is probably gonna be one of those, but I'm not super sure though. Yeah, Luna Couch. Yeah, so I think this is different. I think Luna Couch has one feature, and then Stadia Stream Connect has another feature, and at some point they're just going to copy each other. Or if Stadia originally thought of the same feature but just hasn't implemented it yet, because they're obviously struggling to get these lower change porting tools out. But I hope that that's the end goal, to be able to do both, play locally with people not in the room, and play multiplayer as if you were locally. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You've been good. I've been good, Aurora. Thank you. I'm getting ready for my military training this month actually. So I've been taking some time off from work. I quit my job so I can get ready for that. Yeah, it's crossplay for sure. It's on the other company's server. Okay. I just seen it. Say you was on still working on my island. You are? Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a stream where I just destroy my my Animal Crossing island and just have it all bare, just to mess around with it a little bit more. All right, so let's keep it going. So Aurora, this is the platform that I've been using 99% of the time, Stadia. I think you were around too when I was playing this. So I'm just looking at one of their really old, their initial announcement.
We've shown you 3 views, but we can keep going. We can keep adding streams and shape how they're shown to the player, giving a designer not one, but many cameras into a scene. Now imagine if you could go beyond seeing into players' worlds. What if you could interact with them? Here we have our streams configured into a command center,
I never saw this
where a
before.
4th player can coordinate the movements of our drone, scientist, and hunter characters. Now that coordinator is reaching into the world and placing a beacon to call attention to a particular location, seen instantly by the other players.
Nice.
Stream Connect is just one of the ways Google is working.
Oh, so that'd be kind of cool to be able to like do cooperative plays. So they're not like right now, the way we know it is everybody is running a character, right? So if you look at like, let's say Outriders, everybody's their own character. And even though you can collaborate, everybody has the same abilities and same limitations. But if you have like one that's a player, or one that's like, like the drone like they showed, or maybe somebody else who is, somehow affecting the environment, that'd be kind of cool. So that everybody playing has a different role. That'd be super cool, man. I hope they have games like that coming out at some point.
And creative experiences, whether bringing back effortless couch-based co-op or inventing entirely new multiplayer games.
Mm-hmm.
Our next technology demo focuses on the power of the Google Cloud and machine learning, and how they can have an impact on accelerating developer creativity. Every developer feels the burn in pre-production to get to a game's magic sooner. We think Google's machine learning technology might have some answers. Here to talk about it is a developer known for creating some amazing, stylish, and celebrated independent games, including Deadlight, Rhyme, and The Invisible Hours.
Deadlight Grime,
please welcome Chairwoman of Tequila Works, Luz Sancho.
Oh wow, look at that last name right there, Sancho. Do you know what Sancho means? If that was a dude, man, he would have trouble finding.
I am very excited to be here for the unveiling of the Stadia platform. There are so many different benefits that Stadia delivers to all developers, big and small, and particularly for a studio like ours. At Tequila Works, we are very proud of the art styles of our games.
Which game came out from them?
It's something we spend a lot of time perfecting. Our development cycles typically last 24 months, and as you can imagine, a large part of that time is dedicated to defining the art style of the game. We are particularly proud of Rhyme. Its visual
that game hasn't come out yet.
Created a lasting impression with our players.
I played it on PC.
It took us a long time to get to that final style. That's why we were so excited to.
Yeah, I just don't play computer games. I don't have a computer or lap to put. They look like fun games. Aurora, that is the best thing about Stadia is you can play it on your phone. You can play. I mean, technically, there's a way to play it on your Switch, but then you would have to install stuff, and then you don't want to break it. But you can literally play all these games that I'm always playing on this channel on your phone. In fact, that's most of the time that's how I play. And sitting in the car waiting for my daughters to finish class, some kind of a swim class or something like that. Yeah, but look, this little tiny phone, I can play huge computer games. It's super cool. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out. In fact, if you just want to try on your actually on your phone, you can't do trials. You can't do trials, so you would have to do like the free to play games if you want to try on your phone. But yeah, so if you go to stadia.com/games, you can see all the games that are available. There's a bunch of free trials, but you would have to do that. You would have to do that in your phone. The game is not running on your phone. The phone is only giving you the feed. It's like a YouTube channel. It's super cool. You should check it out. If you need help, just send me a message on. I think I have you on Facebook. But this is an old phone. In fact, I have an older phone that I used to play Stadia with. It's all broken and stuff like that. I don't know if you can see it, but I didn't have any issues playing it in that phone. So the game is not running on your phone. It's running in the Google servers, and you're just getting the feed like if it's a YouTube video. It's pretty cool. I know it's kind of hard to explain. I think that's what Google didn't do a good job explaining, especially because it's 100% free. But there's a link in the description if you want to try it. But that's going to kind of ask you for a credit card. So you can just go to that one that I just put up, stadia.com/games, and then it'll describe everything. It's pretty cool. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, so if you there's tons of free games on there. So if you have trouble, just send me a message on Facebook and I can help you. But Stadia is 100% free. You don't have to pay anything. You don't even have to put a credit card information in, none of that. Since you have a YouTube channel, then that means you can play Stadia 100% for free. So yeah, just try it. If you get lost, let me know.
Here from Google,
I wonder why this game is not on Stadia though.
They are making available an amazing tool that will dramatically influence and ease this process. With Style Transfer ML, Google is applying the science of machine learning to art visualization.
Style Transfer is a machine learning technology that runs on the video frame created by the game. All of this happens in real time on a Stadia instance. We built this demo to show you what it can do. We start with a gray box world and take any image we want, in this case, Kandinsky's yellow, red, blue, and the model does the rest.
Ooh.
Throw it Starry Night, and you have another style. Give it scratch art, and you get this. We're doing our part to empower the artist inside of every developer.
Wow.
The R&D team iterated through hundreds of art styles testing this technology. And one of our favorites.
Okay, look, yeah, check it out. It's free, 100% free, free. In fact, whenever you're trying to download games on your or upload your Switch or download games, and you have to wait, you can just jump on Stadia, play for a little bit, and then you can go back to it. If I know your Switch broke before. If it breaks again, hopefully it doesn't. Then you can just play Stadia, and you don't have to stop playing. Hey, Primo, been lurking for a while. Hope you're well. Thanks, man. I am. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Hopefully, let me know if you have any input on this stuff, because It's pretty crazy that all the information they got put out and people just forgot about. You know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna make little clips of all this that we're watching, because I never saw this, so I didn't know that you can do stuff like this for developers. I mean, it doesn't really affect us as gamers until somebody starts putting out games like this, but yeah.
Came from an old friend.
Oh, look at that. That's cool. That's cool. I like that. You can tell people like Pac-Man.
What excites us and some of our partners so far is how many playable art styles we can create just by feeding it more and more images. It inspires and empowers our artists to get the visions in their heads into interactive environments in a whole new way. And this is just the beginning.
We are using style transfer in our studio today, and we are blown away by the impact it's having on our latest creations. You will see it.
Oh, okay. So they were talking about rhyme.
Everything. Thank you so much.
They were just using rhyme as an example of art style. So tequila works. I'm gonna let me do a real quick note so I don't forget. Tequila works. I want to see what kind of games they have and what kind of games have released on Stadia. I'm assuming that little puzzle game. I forget the name of it. It's probably one of them. I don't know. We'll see.
Thank you, Lou.
Oh, you got a new Switch? Nice. Hey, Cloud Gaming Dad, what's up, buddy? Thank you for stopping by, man. I can start all my games over, but I'm happy I get to play it now. Yeah, yeah. And then if you ever get tired of it, you run out of games, just try Stadia.
And creators are at the heart of Stadia. It isn't just what they create, but how those moments are experienced by players. Moments that resonate for generations to come. The last feature we want to introduce today is another special experience made possible by the cloud.
State Share.
It's called State Share.
Nice.
And here to talk about it from Q Games is Dylan Cuthbert.
You can tell she memorized the speech. Smart lady.
Hey everyone, it's great to be here with all of you today.
Hey there, buddy.
As a veteran game developer, I love how creators on YouTube have brought our games to life. But I've always wished those experiences could be more social and even more fun. And I'm extremely excited by what I've learned from Google about bringing new ways.
Yeah, this is my first time watching it. Like literally my first time, me and Winstar.
With a new technology called State Share, developers can let a player instantly share a playable moment from a game.
What game is this?
This could include the world state, the player's position, items they're carrying, anything the developer wants to pack into a shareable moment. The game's state can be encoded into a link that tells Stadia where to pick up the game. This could be sent to one player, or it could be shared with thousands at the same time on YouTube, through email, apps, messaging, or wherever links can go. To me, this totally changes how I think about the experiences for players. I can create moments specifically for this kind of sharing. Challenges to beat my incredible speed runs, or chances for other players to also experience those same tough boss battles. I can build as many shareable moments as I want and let the internet turn my whole game into an infinitely replayable treasure hunt. I was so intrigued with the possibilities of State Share.
Hold on, let me look up Q Games too. Sorry, Q Games. I want to see what kind of games they're working on at some point. Okay.
That I designed a brand new game around it, and it's the
biggest family sharing is amazing too, man. It's
right
insane.
now.
Hold on, let me read this real quick. Hold on. I think State Share and Family Share are two of the most underrated Stadia features. They are, man. I wish I could. I'm gonna give you guys one of my little ideas for YouTube. Feel free to steal it. If you beat me to it, that's fine. Maybe you can involve me into this right here. So this is I have a list of YouTube ideas because I want to go hardcore once I come back from my military training. And so this is one of my ideas. Feel free, any of the content creators watching, feel free to steal this idea. And it's called, I don't know what the name of it is, but it's the idea is, oh snap, where is it? I know what it is, but I want to make sure. What the heck? right here. Stadia Casual. I use Hitman because I know it has state share, but it could be anything. Stadia Casual Hitman State Share Contest. And so the idea being is that you go into, let's say, Hitman, and then you pick any of the games that have state share. You go into Hitman, and then whoever makes the most impossible scenario or state. Obviously people go in, they create a state share. Different people try and test them out, and then they vote on them, right? So we get like a little spreadsheet or website where all the state shares are shared. You go in there, you try to beat it, you try to work it, and then you rate it as on difficulty. And the most difficult game the most difficult share gets a trophy or a Google card or something. So feel free to steal that idea. It's at the bottom of my list because it sounds resource intense, with the fact that you have to make a website to be able to list all these states and then have a voting system. I know some HTML, but because it's so intense, if I do it, it's going to be once I come back, not anytime soon. So, but I think that's going to be a really good way to highlight state share, and then to build a community around it. You see what I'm saying? To get the community to interact with each other using state share, and then hopefully, it kind of builds from that, and we get more people into the community and all that. So yeah, feel free to steal it. You have my permission, and if you do, let me know so I can try to vote for some.
Now it's still under wraps, but I can't wait to reveal more about this game later this year. Thank you very much.
Which game? Sorry, I missed that.
Of State Share, that I designed a brand new game around it, and it's the biggest title ever for Q Games. Right now, it's still under wraps, but I can't wait to reveal more about this game.
Oh, we got to check that out, man. Any of you research masters, check out Q Games, see what they got going. Hey, what's up, Cowboy? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate that.
State Share is one more way that Stadia is working to empower developers.
Ooh, sorry. I know I keep pausing, but I've seen this GDC show. If State Share was integrated as part of an individual contest strategy, I'd be awesome. Shoot, did I just create more work for myself? There you go. Did you say that before I said it, or did you have the same idea? Because Green Mind thinks alike, man. Great mind think alike. But yeah, man, it'd be cool. It sounds, Cloud Gaming Dad, it sounds like you're more technically savvy than me. I've been kind of out of the tech game for a little while, doing photography and stuff. But if you want to team up on something like that, that way you don't have to carry the full load, we can do something like that. If any content creator wants to team up, collaborate on something like that, I know Anthony is really, really good at managing and what's the word? I guess producing. There's a better word for it, but Anthony, if you want to do something like that, man, get everybody to collaborate and do like a contest for state shares, that'd be pretty cool. I think playing Dauntless, I've seen you play that, Aurora. I've seen you play that. Yeah, I played it for a little bit, but it was a little bit too repetitive for me. So plus I'd rather play on my computer here. Pixar Junk Raiders. Yeah, Pixar Junk Raiders is another one. That one's super hard though. I think it'll be more frustrating than anything. You guys want to? Yeah, maybe we can do the technical side, and then we take advantage of Cowboy's MC skills and energy, and have him do the production side, the community side of it. That'd be pretty cool. Let's go ahead and do some DMs about that, and maybe we can schedule something. Preferably after August 25th. That's when I finish my training. But yeah, I mean, CGD could do the technical side. I can kind of do some of the brainstorming. I'm kind of decent at that. And then Cowboy has that energy and that drive. So
with entirely new tools that embrace a player's desire to discover, share, and build a community. We're extremely excited by the reception it's gotten from our early partners so far.
That'd be cool,
and with
man.
that, I'd like to introduce the head of gaming at YouTube to tell you what Stadia means for content creators.
The head of gaming at YouTube. So it's a YouTube employee dealing with like streaming. Okay.
Thanks, Aaron.
Wow, he seems too young.
At the unveiling of Stadia. As you've heard, Stadia is about delivering the best developer experience so that the best games can be made.
Yeah.
But we're also committed to making sure we have the best creator experience so that the entire community gets stronger together. YouTube is where people come to watch gaming. More than 200 million gamers come to YouTube every single day to engage with their favorite games and creators.
Cool, bro. He looks like a bro.
And they come because of the community of gaming creators
200
and viewers
million.
who have turned YouTube into the gaming platform that it is today. We're always looking for ways to strengthen the connection between creators and viewers, and Stadia is designed to bring them together like never before.
They're going back to the main mission right
Gaming
here.
has always been the backbone of YouTube since the platform first was founded in 2005.
Oh,
And
Q
one thing
Game
YouTube
makes
gaming
pictures junk
creators
raiders.
want
Oh,
is to engage
nice.
with their fans. That will always
That's
be
what
the
you
most
meant.
important thing to them.
Cool,
That's
cool,
why
cool.
over
That is a hard
50
game.
billion hours of gaming content was watched on YouTube last year alone. And to just give you an idea of how much 50 billion hours is,
Wow,
you
2018.
could walk to Pluto and back more than a dozen times.
Damn.
Stadia is focused on empowering both creators and viewers to achieve new heights by breaking barriers of content capture and creating unique ways to engage with and grow a creator's audience.
Mm.
Established creators will have new ways to engage and monetize on YouTube with Stadia features. And with aspiring creators, we're going to break down the barrier of entry and capturing content by giving you the ability to highlight, live stream, and capture directly from Stadia.
I think the hesitation from real gamers or real game streamers has caused a lot of this negativity around Stadia. I wonder at which point, because I've heard other streamers, like streamers that I watch, just regular, you know, like Choco Taco, a PUBG content creator. I've heard him talk about Stadia and say it wasn't bad. So, you know, I wonder when that's going to flip over and some of them are going to start jumping on cloud gaming when maybe the 1,000, you know, Battle Royale game comes out. And how much is that going to change the perception of cloud gaming? Not just Stadia, but cloud gaming in general. You know what I mean? I wonder where that negativity is going to start tipping over to the other side. It has to, I think.
We've already seen the idea of any YouTube link being a direct access point into the game, and that is a huge opportunity for both big
Oh,
and
you're
small
tired?
creators.
Oh, you take a nap?
We're empowering creators to forge deeper connections with their audience, and one of those ways will be to make it easier to actually game with them. Often when you're watching a stream,
Has anybody
you find
had
yourself
a
wishing you
tournament
could be,
where
in there
they play
playing
sports
alongside
like
with your favorite creators.
football
On
or
traditional
basketball?
platforms, you'd
Or...
have to fire up your console or your PC and just hope that you get matched up with them. However, with Stadia and a new feature called Crowd Play, you'll be able to simply click a button displayed right in the stream and jump in and play with
definitely need more
creators
games with those features. I think they're struggling
Take
because
a
of
look
the
at the video
porting
behind
process.
me. It's a live stream of NBA 2K. The
There it
person
is.
watching can simply click the link and be placed into the lobby for the next game. If you think about it, Crowd Play can act like an all-new lobby system for games. And with Stadia, YouTube becomes the ultimate discovery and engagement tool for content. And of course,
Oh, yeah? How
YouTube
did it go?
creators will have full management capabilities over this feature.
FIFA's super
To all the
popular.
game developers, publishers, and the millions of YouTube content creators out there, soon we'll have more information to share
You
on
want
these
it?
engagement
Nice.
tools and how we'll be working with you to connect with.
I play with my friend's 8-year-old, 8 or 9, 9-year-old kid on FIFA. I played him like 6, 7 times, and he would not only won every single time, but destroyed me every single time, like 6-1. You know, I think one we had like 4-0, and I never even got close. It's like, oh my gosh, man, I need to get my gaming up. We should do something like that.
I'd now like to introduce a friend of mine to the stage. He has over 11 million subscribers on his channel, The Game Theorist, and he and his wife, Stephanie, have often been advocates for the creator community.
Yeah, we need somebody like Sonny to be able to coordinate
creators.
some of this.
Please welcome to the stage
some of
my
the guys that
friend,
can pull
Matt Pat.
big audience. Matt Pat, thanks, Ryan. Oh, he's a YouTube creator?
Thanks, Ryan. It's an incredible honor to be here today. Now,
I don't know who this
for
guy
us
is.
creators, our audience is our lifeblood. Whether we're breaking down the real-life science of the fictional world of Fallout, or
he
diving
practiced.
into the theories behind bending the ink machine, or simply streaming gameplay on our live stream channel, GT Live, we're always looking for new ways to connect and engage with our audience. Which is why, when I first met with the Stadia team, I was floored by the impact that it can have for not just gamers, but also creators.
I kind of want to go watch what happened to this guy after this, after March 2019. Game Theory, right? Game Theory channel. Yeah, I get kind of borderline. What do you call? What's the word?
Stadia not only empowers
Stalker.
me to easily create and share my work, but it also unlocks completely new ways for me to build a stronger bond with my audience. Crowdplay, for example, gives our audiences the chance to instantly jump into a game with us, and then the creator can feature them live on the stream in real time. Another feature that I'm incredibly excited about is State Share. Here, the possibilities are literally endless. Live streaming horror games, for instance, has been one of the most popular formats for live streaming on YouTube since its inception. But now with State Share, you can actually take this to the next level by letting the people who are just watching you replicate the exact same scenario you just played through in-game. Like that impossible moment when you're out of med kits and you suddenly have a zombie breathing down your neck.
Yeah, Purple Haze.
Imagine the endless
they're still new, they're still unknown. The community's not large
of
enough to make them grow, but they're definitely game changers in my opinion.
For creators, you suddenly become a game maker yourself. Creating challenges through State Share allows us to continue creating content for all your favorite games.
They have no idea. I mean, you ask the average person what Stadia is, they don't know, let alone some of the features that it comes with.
The game itself has been completed. And on the other hand, the audience now can reconnect with all their favorite games in completely new, exciting, and fresh ways. But of course, also as a gamer, I'm looking forward to tremendously all the new possibilities of gameplay that Stadia opens up and that can be built only for Stadia.
Only for cloud.
Think about this. 1,000-player battle royale.
Welcome everybody. Yeah, thank you.
Incredible new graphical possibilities, and of course, all
Technoblade. No, not yet, Aurora. I'll look them up after.
Literally, I could just pick up my phone and start playing exactly where I left off on my laptop, even while sitting in an audience of a keynote like this one. I hope you're not playing right now. Exciting stuff happening on stage, but you could do it. Stadia just truly unlocks new opportunities to create, share, and engage across YouTube. I am personally thrilled about what Stadia brings to the table, how it unites technology and entertainment in completely new ways that we have never seen before, and in ways that can only be possible through the combined power of Google and YouTube. So I thank the Stadia team for having me in here today. I can't wait to see what else you guys have in store, and I'll see the rest of you on the floors of GDC.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, so if you're a developer, you have to request to implement some of these features.
Connecting players and creators to their favorite games is core to our vision.
I did not know that.
We've shown you how YouTube and Stadia offer the ability for gamers to connect with content creators and game developers in extraordinary ways.
Man, I'm so excited to know what's going to happen when these low-change porting tools are done and released to everybody.
But as games reach more and more people,
there we go. This is probably like the slowest moving of the features right here, right?
When a player is stuck on a level or puzzle
and there it
desperately
is.
wants that next beat in the story or the breathtaking views in the next level, what do? Today, they have to leave the game,
they have to Google,
fire up YouTube, find the right video, scrub to the right part of that video, and watch how it's done.
I was just talking about this, right? Winstar, and Winstar's like, yeah, it'll come up later on. Nice. Oh, crowdplay. Yeah, because there's only a few games. When I did the Google Stadia 101, there was only like 10, I think it was 10 games, 6 to 10 games of each of the special features or Stadia only features.
With Stadia, that help will be just a button press away.
Booyaka.
Take this example.
This is a mic drop right here for me. Because I'm a terrible gamer.
Level, like me, instead of grabbing a
look,
laptop
Purple, your favorite game.
They just need to push the button on the Stadia controller to get help from the Google Assistant.
Nice.
No distractions, no need to take your eyes off the game, and no secondary devices needed.
Oh. That's why it's taking so long. They don't want to release it, and then some of these features not working.
In which we're connecting players with the games they love. Stadia is about removing barriers for players to get to their favorite content and moments. With Stadia, any link can be an access point to the game.
Okay, game, horrible protagonist, yeah.
The entire internet can become
sex sells, Purple Haze, and that's, I mean, unfortunately, I think that's what they're trying to do.
Text messages, Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Google search results, YouTube videos, Gmail, or from the Google Play Store, gamers are going to be able to find, discover, and enjoy your games anywhere
This is kind of being tested right now, right?
It's a truly revolutionary way to discover your games.
Let me Google, what is it?
Stadia will be home to a variety of games, and we're happy to say that we will offer comprehensive parental controls for all content.
I can't spell Odyssey.
We've already shipped development hardware to more than 100 studios around the world, and more than 1,000 creatives and engineers are hard at work bringing their games to our platform.
Steam shows up.
In addition to partnering with developers big and small, I'm also thrilled to announce...
Wait, sorry. 100 ship what?
...creatives and engineers for all content. We've already shipped development hardware to more than 100 studios around the world, and more than 1,000 creatives and engineers are hard at work bringing their games to our platform.
Nice.
In addition to partnering with developers big and small, I'm also thrilled to announce that today we are forming
you don't like that guy either?
Stadia Games and Entertainment.
Seems like nobody likes this guy.
Experiences designed exclusively for Stadia as Google's own first-party game studio.
Nice. Well, this is not going to age well. It hasn't aged well, I mean.
And we've recently been joined by one of the industry's most successful executive producers to lead that organization. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the new head of Stadia Games and Entertainment, Jade Raymond.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I think I saw that, Aurora.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, Jade, how you been?
I'm so honored to be here at the unveiling of Stadia. In my career, I've been lucky enough to work with some of the most talented and passionate developers in the world. Passion is at the root of all great
I'm surprised they haven't gone into the edit version and cut this part out.
What I love about games is that we continue to redefine what a game is. When I was 12, I saw the holodeck on an episode of Star Trek. And even though the games I played at the time were side-scrolling...
What do you guys think? What are your theories on why they shut it down?
It was obvious to me that one day games would take place in fully immersive
COVID?
worlds.
Was it
Today,
just too expensive?
You have seen some incredible tech.
I wonder what it was.
And hopefully, like me, you now believe that we're on the brink of a huge revolution in gaming. One that will unlock a whole new level of creativity for developers.
It's like watching your ex-girlfriend's videos on
the human
Facebook.
Imagination. Now that the data center is your platform, the processing power is limitless as well. I'm excited to announce that as the head of Stadia Games and Entertainment, I will not only be bringing first-party game studios to reimagine the new generation of games. Our team will also be working with
I guess they just wanted to focus on the technology, right? Other than the creation
Google technology
of
you have seen here today
content
available to partner studios big and small. We are committed to going down the bold path.
If anybody
learning what is working best,
complains that they promised something that they didn't deliver, it's probably this is their part of the video they're going to go to.
Take games to the next level together. The way I see it, there has never been a more exciting time to be a developer. And Stadia will be a driving force defining the future of games and entertainment. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jade, and a very warm welcome to Google.
I don't know if it was a good idea or bad idea, but
our goal is
I'm
to
glad this,
combine the world of people who play games
that
and the world
they were
of
part
people
of it.
who watch games into
Because
one
Outcasters
global
came
community
from that, right?
powered by the best of Google. We've shared a lot today. With Stadia, you'll be able to build your games backed by Google technology like Google Assistant, ML, and TensorFlow. You will be able to deliver your games to more gamers across the globe through Chrome, Chromecast, and Pixel. And you'll be able to connect with the biggest community of gamers and YouTube content creators.
Create, scale, connect.
How do you get involved? For developers who want to create content for Stadia, we welcome you to go to stadia.dev, where you can apply to get access to development tools.
Oh, this is what John keeps putting out for developers on Twitter.
We have Stadia Partners, a program designed to give you the resources your team needs to make something great.
At least everybody talks positively about Google dealing with devs. Every developer that I've seen.
So, when will players
except that one Terraria guy
experience Stadia? I'm thrilled to announce that Stadia is launching this year, 2019.
Yeah, buddy.
We will launch first in the US, Canada, the UK, and most of Europe. It's been my privilege today to introduce Stadia on behalf of the thousands of Googlers who've worked tirelessly to bring this vision to life. This is the first step in the journey, and we'll be connecting with you again in the summer to share more details on the games you'll get to play at launch and beyond.
I kind of want to watch that video.
Thank you very much for gathering around with all of us today. With Stadia, we can all dream bigger, and together build a playground for every imagination. Thank you.
Like, I think the original purpose of the studio was to figure out how to help studios build games and not really about building a Stadia exclusive game per se. Oh, okay. Launching this year. Yeah, this year, Mr. Bayero. You excited? One of those Stadias. That's funny. All right, so that is the main presentation. And let's see if we can kind of go back a little bit to the. So, anyways, before I move on, okay, let's cover some of the things that were talked about. So I don't feel like they promised anything besides the Google Assistant that they haven't kept. You know what I mean? There's some stuff that has released and maybe they're not up to the tippity top shape, 100% working or everything. But I didn't see them promising AAA games or, just every AAA game or, you know what I mean? They didn't say, oh, every single game is going to be cross-platform. They specifically said developers are going to have the option to do cross-play. Multiplayer cross. Is that the word? Yeah, that's the word, right? So the only thing that could be used for those staters about, the current state right now is that SG&E is no longer there, right? Maybe some of the games that were supposed to come out of that studio didn't make it, obviously, as the news showed recently. But besides that, besides the Google Assistant and the SG&E, it seems like everything else has been kept up. You know what I mean? Even when launching, they said there's only going to be a few countries that was going to get launched to. You know what I mean? So I don't know why people keep going back to this video or remember what they promised. They said, and then especially because people are complaining, oh, we need Stadia 2.0. We need Stadia 2.0. Well, Stadia 2.0 would be 8K 120 frames per second, right? Because the 4K 60 is already there. So 2.0 would presumably be 8K 120. But how many people have 8K TVs? You see what I'm saying? They did mention it. It was put out. They must have tested it if they were comfortable enough to put it out. So I don't know what they're saying, that we got promised this, we got promised that. So maybe they're talking about the next video, which is going to be the games. And so let's check that out. I don't think it's this long either, but I should be good to go. Let's see, launching this year. They didn't. It's just that gamers get ahead of themselves. Yeah, they assume certain things, and when those things don't happen, then their assumptions become facts. And then when it's like telling a story over and over and over and over again. At some point, some of the facts kind of get shifted around, but you know what I mean? You try to stick to the main points of the story, but that story is going to change. What's that game where one person tells somebody, one person tells something to somebody's ear, and then that person has to tell the next person, and that person has to tell the next person? I've been defending Stadia. I don't know. I don't even know why. You know what I mean? I don't even know why I need to defend it if it's still alive and kicking and it works for me in Hawaii, where the nearest server is 2,300 miles away. For I don't know. I don't even know how long I've been defending it for. At least a year, especially recently on Twitter and some of the YouTube comments. And I've never even watched that video. So everything that I've been using to defend Stadia was based off of other people's, interpretations of it, my own experience, and some of the clips from that same video we just saw. So I'm assuming that those staters that are, saying they promised this and promised that are also going by what other people have said, and especially the ones that haven't even tested it. So just to not be a hypocrite, I decided, you know what, let me watch this video and see what people are talking about. All right, so this is 3 minutes, officially Stadia, okay. Stadia Connect. So this is June 6th. This is literally 3 years ago. Okay, so pricing and everything. Maybe they promised something here. Let's check that out. Maybe I missed, I haven't watched this one either, so maybe they promised something here and that's where everybody's going to. I'm not sure. The brought in big time studio heads and people thought they were going to build some awesome games.
Thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, Phil.
For the first Stadia Connect. This series gives you a look at Stadia news, events, new titles, bonus features, and more.
Some of this stuff doesn't age well.
Stadia Connect videos from time to time to bring you the latest from Google straight to all of you, the players. We've got a bunch of exciting news to share with you today, so let's get started. 3 months ago, we gave you a first look at Stadia, a new generation game platform powered by the best of Google. Today, we're going to tell you about the first wave of games available at launch. We'll share pricing details, including an exclusive launch offer,
Jade does talk
and you'll
about
learn how to become one
game
of the
for
first
2024-25 in her November 2020
Stadia has
video.
been years in the making across different Google teams. Google's mission has
I think that's what people
been
go
make information more accessible for everyone. With Stadia, our goal is to make gaming more accessible for everyone too. We designed Stadia to bring together game players and game watchers from around the world into one global community.
They've been very adamant about pointing this fact. Purple Haze earlier when he started speaking, was it him or the CEO? Anyways, I brought up operation orders and the mission statement, the mission paragraph, and I was saying that it doesn't matter what happens in a mission. It doesn't matter what happens in an operation. If the private didn't get the full order, they must know the mission, and because that mission is going to guide them through any decisions they have to make, not knowing the operations orders. And I think that's what they put out. Their main mission, their mission statement is, we are going to make it easier for gamers and game content creators to be closer. You see what I'm saying? So that if you're watching a game streamer and then you want to play that game, Stadia is going to make it easier for you to just jump in a matter of seconds instead of having to go to the store, search for the game, download it, and install it. That's what their mission is, and I think they've been able to accomplish that.
And Stadia makes it easy to play your favorite games on any screen in your life. At launch later this year, you'll be able to play Stadia games on your TV, desktop, laptop, tablet, and on Pixel smartphones. Starting with
it's funny because I made a video
well
doing that, but
Pixel 3a
I never saw this before.
last month. Wherever you are, Stadia lets you play the latest games. No downloads, no patches, no installs. Just grab your controller and you're in. This level of access and availability represents a huge shift in the gaming world. Instead of a console or a PC, you're using Google's data center as the platform.
So this is like a recap on
the intense gameplay processing and graphics, so there's no console required to play your favorite games. That's what Stadia is all about, the games. Today, we're unveiling the very...
So right there, okay, that's where they kind of hurt themselves a little bit. But without that statement, it might have been easier to kind of defend it. But if you're stating that the mission is to bring gamers and content creators closer, and then you say the most important thing is the game, then you should elaborate that is the technology to play the game, not games in general.
That's what Stadia is all about, the games.
Yeah.
Today, we're unveiling the very first wave of games coming to the platform at launch. We're working with hundreds of leading publishers and developers around the world to deliver their biggest and best titles to Stadia.
So somebody put up this graphic, you know, when I was going on my little tweet trolls, and I'm like, okay, well, most of the ones that I know, right, Ubisoft, EA, Sports, Bethesda, you know, most of these companies that I know, I'm not familiar with all of them, have games on Stadia. So where's the broken promises?
We've lined up an incredible selection of games spanning nearly every genre, including fighting, sports, role-playing games, first-person action, and racing titles. And we're just getting started. This worldwide exclusive unveil comes straight from our friends at Larian Studios.
I wonder if people assume that because they mention all those thousands of developers, they assume that all the games are going to come out at launch. Maybe that's why. What is this? By the way, Jade works PlayStation now, and they brought her new studio and invest big time in it. I have no doubt that game gonna be successful. Yeah, you might be right. I knew that. But let's hope that that's true. Ooh, what the heck? This looked like video. I didn't realize it was a game. So. I should have put plus 18 on my title for this one. What is that? What is this? This looks like the one from Fortnite. Oh, Baldur's Gate. Oh, this is the one that these guys are always playing. What's WWP?
So Larian is a company where we try to give everybody a lot of freedom.
Look at the guy in the back.
Because we want them to come with their IDs. No, thanks, man. Forget it. My name is Sven Vinke. I am the founder and director of Larian Studios. So Larian Studios was founded in '97 in Ghent in Belgium. I've seen the entire evolution of the games industry. We keep on driving the state-of-the-art forward so fast. You don't have that in music. You don't have it in movies. But in video games, you have it. And Stadia is like the next leap. I mean, it is quite revolutionary. Larian Studios was founded to be able to create big epic RPGs in which the world reacts to what you're doing, in which you could play together with your friends. When we released Divinity Original Sin 1, I tried approaching Wizards of the Coast, trying to tell them that we should be the ones making Baldur's Gate 3. They didn't necessarily believe me back then, but then we started making Divinity Original Sin 2, and then at some point they just reached out to me and they said, well, you're the guy that wanted to make Baldur's Gate 3. Do you still want to make Baldur's Gate 3? And I say, yeah, of course I still want to make Baldur's Gate 3. And that got the conversation rolling. And before
the game seems like it's going to be popular when it launches.
It was awesome. It was a geek dream come true.
Like, I know it's out on early access, but
the biggest game that we've ever done. We had to triple the size of the studio to be able to do it. Production values are very, very, very high, but the game deserves it. I mean, it's people have been waiting on it for a very long time, so it deserves to be top-notch in every single aspect, and it's shaping up to be a beautiful game. But
is it a Stadia exclusive or is PC and Stadia,
pretty much
right?
Everybody is going to be able to play it at the highest quality settings because Stadia is democratic in that sense, if you want. It doesn't differentiate between what platform you're playing it on because everything is server-based.
We can't wait for you to play Baldur's Gate 3 on Stadia. And whether you're playing an RPG like Baldur's Gate 3 or any of the other titles and genres we'll share today, we know that players demand the most responsive experiences from their game.
I've seen
we have
SPG and others
Stadia
play it
to give you the fastest possible response between what your fingers are doing and what your eyes are seeing. So, what does that mean for the internet connection you're on right now? Let's quickly dig into the numbers. Our highest quality gaming experience is remarkable, with 4K HDR video at 60 frames per second and 5.1 surround sound. We're able to deliver this experience to users with a connection speed of around 35 megabits per second. And with Google handling the processing load, you can enjoy smooth gameplay even if you don't have that kind of connection. So let's say you have a connection speed of just 10 megabits per second. You can still get at least 720p video at 60 frames per second with stereo sound. We're really proud of
the only thing deceiving about this is that ping is very important because I have 200 down and my ping is never below 60.
To support services with billions of users like YouTube, Gmail, Android, Google Play, Maps, and of course Google Search. The latency and speed demands of online gaming aren't far off from the demands we've been meeting for years. We handle the back end so you can play the games you want when you want on whatever screen you prefer. Back in October of 2018, we put this idea to the test with Project Stream. We invited users to stream Assassin's Creed Odyssey at up to 1080p and 60 frames per second. It was a phenomenal gaming experience on a wide range of PCs and laptops that were simply running a Chrome browser. With Project Stream, we demonstrated that we can transmit the live instance from the data center to your screen faster than your eye is transmitting those images to your brain. That's critical for fast-paced games on Stadia, like Mortal Kombat. It's truly a new paradigm for gaming. And since we announced Stadia a few months ago, we've gotten a lot of interest about this new way to play. In our conversations and meetups with game developers, they're excited about the possibilities of an ever-evolving play experience. And we can't wait to get Stadia in the hands of gamers later this year. So let's share some more details about the platform and what you'll need to get started at launch. You'll get the best
you have to buy it in the beginning, right? I never knew anything about
it's designed specifically for streaming games.
Pre-launch.
And it includes a capture button for your game footage and a button to access the Google Assistant. Of course, you can also play Stadia games with any supported game controller or with a mouse and keyboard. The only other thing you need is a screen to play on. Want to play on the HD TV in your living room? Just plug in a Chromecast Ultra. If you'd rather play on your laptop, desktop, or tablet, open a Chrome browser window. Our vision is for Stadia to run on any screen that runs Chrome.
Sorry, I fell asleep. It's been a long week. I'm going to get some sleep. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. No problem, Aurora. Yeah, make sure you rest.
More smartphones. When you're ready to play, the Stadia controller connects directly to your game running in the Google Data Center. That direct connection is key to providing the highest possible performance and the best streaming experience. We have so many more details on the Stadia controller, which you can find at stadia.com. We're also a tweet away at Google
all this stuff
Stadia
is just
to answer all your questions. We're very excited
facts.
to introduce you to a number of new titles coming to Stadia
Not as
at
many
launch.
kind of like hype, not as much hype, I guess. Maybe with the games.
A wolf.
What's this one?
Raised to be the alpha, trained to follow. Alas, the beast can't be tamed that easily.
That's the guy from The Walking Dead.
This wild territory is the perfect den for my kind. A free world where I can roam and explore with no end. But I came here on the hunt, hidden among sheep.
This guy's a good actor, man.
Dreams,
I don't know his name, but he's a really good actor.
By step before I dominate them all. With one target always clearly in my sights. To secure the future with technology others developed, but were too fearful to deploy. By tooth and claw, I took this island, and by tooth and claw, I will rule it.
What game is this? Whoa.
The wolf knows when a predator nears. Can a ghost take on the lone wolf?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Tracking, analyzing, stalking, patiently, tirelessly. But there is no place for the weak and the wounded here. We are wolves.
Is this Wildlands or Breakpoint?
Stand by.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Standing by. In position.
3, 2, 1.
Breakpoint. Still mad that I lost my save, but it's alright. Guilt. Another creepy game that I didn't finish. It is Breakpoint. Good game, but oh my gosh, so spooky. Oh, I'm not a big fan of jump scares, man. This is still an exclusive, yeah? Oh, okay. You know people? You know people that break legs? I never got the save back, and I sent 3 or 4 requests to get checked. Yeah. I think Purple Haze is like the Stadia CEO or something. She's getting some insane tips or leaks or something. I got stuck in this game, so I didn't quit because I was scared. I quit because I got stuck in the second floor. I couldn't get out. Nice. I'll DM you on. I think I have you on Twitter. Yeah, or Stadia. Yeah, that's right. I've been using Twitter more and more since I was on your show. Early gameplay footage. I wonder why this game and the one that's on Luna are so similar. Oh, you can still parse too? I didn't know that. This is a fun game though. I played it with my daughters and it should be fun. I'm probably gonna hit with a copyright strike. Oh, this is classical music. That should be fine. Ouch. I see a lot of games are starting to use these type of physics, like match streets. What is it called? The fall. What is that? Human fall flat. This one. What's another one? Division 2 right here. See, every game that they're putting out came out on Stadia. So where are the promised games that everybody talks about?
7 months after a deadly pandemic that started in New York, spread not only across the nation.
Oh, are you serious?
Pandemic.
What? It just happened to be 6 months before the pandemic actually hit.
Fancies the Division 2 happened 7 months after a deadly pandemic.
That's kind of creepy. This video is 6 months before the pandemic started.
That started in New York, spread not only across the nation, but also across the world.
How creepy is this?
As an agent of the Strategic Homeland Division, has been called to Washington, D.C. to help take the city back and save the country. So one of the major challenges is
Thankfully,
to
never
take
got
an
this
RPG
bad.
and to create a fast-paced,
maybe
action-packed
in the US.
shooting game. We learned a lot from the first game, and we improved on that. And what we have today, I think, is
this is a good game. I just have a problem with the no jumping.
RPG out there.
I wish it was more of a jumping
One
and
of the
ducking
real
than
benefits of choosing Washington, D.C. for the second game is that we
ducking.
have all of these amazing, iconic buildings. The White House,
then
the
being behind
Capitol,
barricades.
we have the Air and Space Museum, we have the Lincoln Memorial, and of course, there's even a control point at the base of the Washington Monument.
Oh, I've never been here.
Stadia means that you can play your game anywhere. The collaboration with Google has been really awesome because they're a very open company, at least with us as partners. We know games and they know infrastructure. So together we can bring a powerful, visually appealing.
I think that's what they're leaning towards now. They're just going to work on the technology and let the developers develop.
The exciting part about partnering with Google is that they really have the bandwidth and just the physical infrastructure to pull something like this off.
Yeah, Division 2 is good, and also uses
Bringing
Stream Connect.
Division 2 to Stadia has been a learning experience and
Does it have stage share?
immensely thrilling journey. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what.
Because I've been stuck in some predicaments before in this game. I almost rage quit every time.
That's a look at just some of the amazing titles we're bringing to you at launch. And now, here to tell you about Stadia's pricing and availability is my friend and colleague, John.
We're launching Stadia with a diverse mix of games from lots of genres and world-class game publishers. There's truly something for everyone. With Stadia, you can put
I hope they keep developing it to make it feel like local
experiences. We're offering a premium subscription for our Stadia players.
You know what I mean? Like what Luna Couch does for
it delivers the best of Stadia
for local. I want Stream Connect to do for
Stadia
multiplayer.
Pro gives you regular content that we add to your library for being a Stadia Pro
talked about it earlier.
at our highest streaming quality, 4K HDR, 60 frames per second. With 5.1 surround sound. And we're going a step further to celebrate players who want to be the first playing on Stadia. We know there's a passionate world of players out there who want bigger, better, more accessible gaming experiences. After announcing Stadia, we've heard from so many gamers who share our excitement. For those fans, we've created a custom, limited edition set of exclusive features and content.
Yeah. Luna has some good features, man. I hope Stadia copies them since Amazon likes to copy other people's stuff too.
The Founders Edition includes everything you need to get started with Stadia.
I want one. Where can I order this from?
Access to Stadia when it launches later this year. We want to make sure your games look great on the biggest screen in your home. So the Founders Edition comes with a Chromecast Ultra for streaming it up to 4K.
I still prefer
HDR,
Chromecast Ultra over the Google TV. Because when I turn on my controller, it turns on the TV onto Stadia. But I do have issues where, you know, like sometimes 10, 15, 30 minutes in, it'll go black for about 2 seconds and it'll come back. I don't know how to fix that.
You can also pick up an additional Stadia controller for $69. It comes in clearly white.
Yeah? Oh my goodness. Purple Haze. We gotta become best friends. You want to be my BFF? You can make me do push-ups if you want. Kind of sad that that Rabbids Party game doesn't have online multiplayer, as I wanted to play it with a bunch of people. I hope they can do that.
The limited edition Night Blue Stadia controller, 3 months of Stadia Pro for you and a friend, and you'll be among the first players to select a Stadia name. It's all in the Stadia Founders Edition, and it's coming to these 14 countries.
Yeah, I do have a problem with the initial launch. I don't see any brown people countries. That does bother me, but that's just being traumatized from living in the ghetto, and being a minority with an accent in the military. But it's all good. Yeah, she knows something. I know she's not allowed to talk about it, but man, we need to be BFFs for sure. Yeah, I don't want to get her in trouble, but definitely need to connect. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about I forget already.
And we're working hard to expand Stadia to additional countries in 2020 and beyond. We do have one more surprise.
So they already knew 2020 was going to be a. So they know already, man. They know. That's why it's frustrating. It's like it's Google. They have to know. They're not going to just launch something without any research or backing. Come on.
Destiny's about being a super powerful hero set loose in a really beautiful world.
The first time
Destiny
I
2
fired
is
my
beautiful.
super, I was like screaming, I'm so badass right now. I've been playing games for 30 years and I've never experienced that.
Destiny is about playing with your friends.
My best moments are with other players. The first time I beat Vault of Glass, I know who was there with me. And that just makes it
It's
feel
all
so
about
much
understanding
more rich.
business
Bungie's
cycles.
always
Yeah,
been
but
at
then
the
you got a little bit more.
forefront of exploring new ways to
I
bring
understand
hard games to
business
our
cycles, but I don't have the
We are
insight
now
that
our
you
own
do.
publisher. Did you know this?
Maybe because my business cycle is on the photography side, and I don't know. It sounds like you had some experience with the tech side.
And with Stadia, we get to be the tip of the spear with something that's new. Our push now is to remove all the barriers that we have to playing Destiny.
That's such a beautiful game.
Wherever, with whomever you want. And we're allowing players to have access to all of it. All of our planets, all of our cooperative strikes, all of our competitive modes, Gambit, raids. It's all there for players to jump in and have fun with.
Shadowkeep is the next chapter in the Destiny story.
It's a pretty haunting tale. There are these nightmares that are walking the moon, and you'll have to find a way to conquer these nightmares and face your fears.
The only problem I have with like Destiny 2 and some of these like Division 2 and all these games is that
Are in control of our own destiny.
the learning curve is a little bit steep for somebody like me that's a casual player. You know, it's almost overwhelming when you first jump in. So that's why I appreciate small, you know, indie games that kind of build you up to that point. Shadowkeep reveal. Like if you notice, each major announcement comes from a certain part of the organization, business, development, tech partners, porting. Yeah. So the one group we haven't heard too much from is the platform group. So I expect some UI changes, added features to things like party chat, viewing. There's that. That's it for now.
Endless torment reshapes
See that?
our moon.
See that little that little wink right there? Lets me know you know
The
something.
surface. Walking shadows, seeking
It's good though.
vengeance.
We'll call you the Oracle of the
Our
Stadia.
old fears, they rise again.
I can't believe this is like a video game. This looks like actual video.
And in the dark below,
What's this?
something wicked has awakened. We must bring an end to
So my
this
daughter's
suffering.
walking back from Summerfam for the first
One
time.
way
And I have a tracker on her so I can tell where she's at. I have to. Both of them are walking back. Well, Destiny the game. Oh, okay. Still Destiny. They should keep focusing on this right here.
A big thank you to our friends at Bungie for partnering with us to bring the full Destiny 2 experience to Stadia. The base game, all previous add-ons, the newest expansion, and the annual pass. They're all included in your Stadia Pro subscription. And as an added
Nice.
bonus, you'll be able to
his
transfer your
glasses.
Destiny Guardian to Stadia from any other platforms. To recap, the Stadia Founders Edition comes with limited edition Night Blue controller, Chromecast Ultra, 3 months of Stadia Pro, the full Destiny 2 experience
For you and your friend.
first dibs on your Stadia name, and a buddy pass to give Stadia Pro
Oh, there
to
it
a
is.
friend for 3
Buddy
months.
pass, there it is.
Good luck deciding who you're going to give it to. When you add everything up, that's almost $300 of value. And you'll get it all in the Founders Edition for just $129, which you can pre-order now. We're excited to offer the Founders
I wish
Edition
I
to
knew
gamers
about this
around the
back in
world,
the day.
but it's only available for a limited time, in limited quantities, so don't wait too long to pre-order. If you don't want the Founders Edition or Stadia Pro, you can still buy and play Stadia games without a subscription. Simply buy the games you want
Yeah,
when
so
you
they
want
did
them.
put it out.
We call this Stadia Base, and any games you purchase, they're yours to play whenever you want. So whether you're ready to go all in with the Founders Edition bundle,
Cuando
or
está
if you
apagado, no.
prefer Stadia Base, you have options.
Okay.
All right, let's bring Phil back for a few final details and surprises.
Thanks
Were
for
you tracking
tuning
them?
into this
You were
first
tracking them?
look at some of our most
You were tracking
exciting
it?
launch titles, pricing details, and how to access Stadia
What's
right
up?
at launch. You can get more details and info at stadia.com/FAQ, or you can find it in the description here. Or tweet us at Google Stadia.
I have the controller. I know I have the controller, but I wish I would have bought it so I can get my name.
Some of the world's best game
I can get my name without the little number.
Thanks for watching. I can't wait for you to experience Stadia for yourself.
I wanted that founder's name.
One last collection of games.
Listen up already.
Oh, okay. Oh, that sucks. You were so close. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let's see. Maybe that's why people. Maybe people went frame by frame. Oops, I can't do frame by frame. All those. What's FM? Power Rangers. Oh, it's a lot of games. Welcome to Stadia. Yeah, this is why I'm a big fan, man. There's so much potential here, so much potential, especially for somebody like me that didn't have a huge gaming background. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. But yeah, so I think that's gonna be it. Just wanted to mention a couple of things real quick. Is that I've been kind of, like I said, I've been defending Stadia for a little while. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to live under a cloud, because that way you can always justify anything that goes wrong to, that's just how it is. It's way harder to be positive, optimistic, you know what I mean, joyful. That's a harder task. So I don't know, man. I have trouble with it too, so I can't really I can't really speak without sounding hypocritical, because everybody has their ups and their downs. But to be down, to be negative, and then try to bring people to you because somehow you feel that you're in the position to do that, it's kind of off-putting. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I just kind of jump on Twitter, even though I do get worried that I'm going to sound like a troll or like I'm going to hurt somebody's feelings. I don't go on there to hurt people's feelings. I'm just go on there to kind of I don't know, kind of for my own kind of research, I guess. That sounds like it's more than it is, but it's just interesting to me how people want to live in that kind of negative space when being positive brings so much more joy. But I don't know if it's a personality trait. I don't know if it's certain situations or circumstances that people are all in. But to me, all I saw today, I didn't see anybody promise anything that hasn't either gotten here or hasn't gotten shut down, other than the first party studio. And I mean, I actually kind of wonder how big of a, like, what the window was to be able to decide that, because I know that they got praised one day and they got shut down the next day. It really does make me wonder how much they knew, how far ahead they knew that it was going to get shut down. You know what I mean? Because I mean, me and Purple Haze, we're used to Fraggles. We know what Fraggles are. It's, you got an op order that gives you the mission. That's everything everybody's doing. I talked about this earlier if you want to go back. And then after the op order, you got a warning order that lets you know something's coming. So that was the announcement. That was March. You got the op order, which it's getting you ready, getting all the details down so that, right before your operations is, that was, I guess, June, right? And then you got Fraggles, and that's all we've been getting from Google is Fraggles. It's like, okay, so the plan, some of the things are going to plan, some of the things aren't. So this is how we're changing. So fragmentation orders it gives you the changes that they're making in order to keep that mission alive, to keep the mission going, not to fail on the mission. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I understand it with my 24 years in the military. It makes it a nice, clear, concise analogy for me. A way to think about it for me. And yeah, it's just how it is. You know what I mean? So anyways, football manager. That's right. All right, so that's it, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate that. Purple Haze, I'm going to send you my email over on, I'll use Twitter since I've been using it more recently. And yeah, I think I'm going to make some clips of the most interesting parts of this stream here. I know it's 2.5 hours. So not too many people are going to go back to see everything, but I'll probably end up doing some clips so that when I'm in training, I can drop those clips on you, drop some knowledge on you. You know what I mean? I didn't even do anything. I just reacted to it. But yeah, let's hope everything for Stadia kind of stays on the up and up. You know, it keeps climbing, keeps getting better. Hope they steal a bunch of ideas from Amazon, from Xbox. I don't know how much Xbox has on top of just besides having a bunch of games, and PlayStation. I don't really see how they're bringing anything new to the game besides their catalog. But you know, everybody has different opinions on it. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.